Hey, this is Scott, and today we're going to look at a compact, lightweight, relatively cheap travel tripod that I've been using for a few years, the MeFoto RoadTrip. If this is your first time, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. This tripod comes in a range of colors and is also available in carbon fiber, but I have the cheaper and still lightweight aluminum version. There are also smaller and larger versions available. I'll put the links for all of them down below, so be sure to check that out. This tripod comes fitted with an Arca Swiss style ball head, but you can unscrew it, so if you want to put another tripod head on there, you can do that. So we might as well start out with the ball head. It's not the best and it's not the worst. It can hold a decent amount of weight, but it does tend to sag just a little bit after you take your hand off the camera sometimes, so you might have to compensate for that when you're framing up your shot. There is a small bubble level on here, but once you put your camera on, it will be blocked, so unless you make zero adjustments after you mount your camera, it doesn't really help too much. There are 3 knobs on the head itself, as well as one on the quick release plate. The bottom knob will allow you to pan the head, and the other 2 are related to the way that the ball head itself moves. The smaller of these 2 will adjust the tension, so you'll want to adjust that depending on how heavy the camera is you have on here. The larger knob will loosen and tighten the ball head, and it's pretty much straightforward. There are markings on the main knob and the friction knob, but I don't think they really mean much because I often find myself tightening it way more than I should have to, even with a camera that's nowhere near the maximum weight capacity. The panning motion, as well as the movement of all of these knobs, feels very smooth and high quality. As would be true with any ball head of this design though, you have to be careful not to accidentally loosen the quick release plate when you're trying to loosen this main knob here. They're pretty close, and when you're not looking, they feel very similar. The tripod plate that it comes with is made of metal and is a very nice quality. Again, it is Arca Swiss compatible, so you could use it with other Arca Swiss heads just fine. There is no little ring on the bottom to tighten it by hand though, so you will have to use a coin or something like that to tighten it and loosen it. Moving on to the tripod itself, these legs will fold up onto itself so it can pack away more compact. You want to loosen these knobs when you are doing this, so that way you can fit these legs in between these little grooves and knobs so it can get as compact as possible. The little tabs to adjust the legs positions are simple, but they're a little bit different from a lot of tripods. Many tripods will have a kind of push or pull button style, but these you have to pull out and then you can move the legs freely before pushing it down to lock it into the next position. It's not the best design I've seen, but it is very easy to use. The legs will extend using these twist locks, which I love. Even with pretty small hands, you can grab them all at the same time, give it one small twist, and the leg comes out very easily. The same goes when you're tightening it up. Just loosen each of these locks, push it closed, and then give it one small twist and you're good to go. I've never had any problems with these locks loosening up or anything like that, even with a very heavy camera, but you do want to extend these last sections last because they are very thin, so for stability's sake, make sure that these are the last ones you extend and don't extend them unless you have to. The bottom rubber feet can be unscrewed and replaced with spikes, which are included. As with many tripods, there is of course a hook on the bottom of the center column here, which allows you to put a bag or something on there to weigh down the center of gravity. Interestingly though, if you unscrew the cap on the bottom of the center column, you can completely remove it, and then do the same with this leg which has a grip on it. You can attach the 2, and then in just a few seconds you have a monopod. Since this ball head can be removed, I've actually put an umbrella bracket on here before and used it like a boom pole with a flash and an umbrella. So I think that's about it for this tripod. I've really enjoyed this over the years as a smaller, lightweight travel tripod. The carbon fiber version would be even more lightweight, but this is plenty lightweight as it is. The only things I could really complain about is that I wouldn't mind having a little bit more height, maybe a little bit more rigidity or sturdiness, and maybe a different design in the ball head. But for this size and price range, I can't imagine wanting more than this gives me. Again, I'll put the links to this and the other versions in the description below, so be sure to check that out. If you're looking for something a little bit different, I will be posting a review soon of my favorite Faisal tripod that I've been using for the past few years as well, so be sure to subscribe to get notifications when I do post that. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. I'll definitely get back to you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching.